This is yellow headlight film, which I may or may not fit to the vehicle. Not sure how that would look. Maybe it's a little bit childish, I'm not entirely sure. I've got two modifications sitting on this little desk here. This is a CarPlay system for that car. The radio on this car is really pretty crap. So this is going to allow me to hook up my iPhone to the car and get some good nav. This hasn't even got sat nav. Good nav, good tunes in there while I'm driving. The second is a race chip kit. This is a throttle response kit, so it's going to improve the throttle response on this car, which I personally think is actually pretty bad for a sports car. But that's for another video. That's not what I really want to show you, because I've got two modifications coming up in this video that I think will probably split opinion of the purists quite sort of sharply down the middle. One of them is already on the car, you haven't saw it yet, and I'm going to take it out for a drive and I'll reveal that modification to you. So this looks like it might be a nice little spot to stop, take some pictures of the car and show you the first outrageous modification. And it's just actually occurred to me that if you watch my last video and if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably already know this first modification. As I've been driving around this kind of countryside, it has got really dirty, so without me blabbing on too much, let's have a look at the first modification. Now I think it's safe to say it's not what you would expect from a Porsche Cayman, and one thing I have learned is that this is a mod that I've been wanting to do on one of my cars for a good number of years now, but I've never really gone ahead and done it. And I think what that has taught me is that you should just follow your heart, do what you want to do, and don't be afraid to get something wrong. And don't be afraid of what other people think, because at the end of the day, it's your car, it's your hard-earned money. And that's exactly how I look at this. So these are 20-inch Spyder wheels, 981 Spyder wheels. We do have 15mm spaces on the back, 7mm spaces on the front. Maybe the rear is a little aggressive when it comes to the spacers. I don't know, what do you think? I mean, it's very changeable. I can always reduce this to a smaller spacer if I feel the need to. So let me know what you think in the comments. Now it's time to get back in the car and start sorting out the second modification that I'm going to be doing. Alright, so it's now a few days later. The second modification has been fitted to the car. I'm just going to give you a few seconds to see if you can figure out what that second modification is. Got it? Any ideas yet? Well, if you look a little bit closer at the suspension on the car, you'll see that I've lowered the car. We've put H&R springs on the front and the rear, and it really does lower this car quite a bit. These are the, as I say, the H&R springs, and it lowers the car by about 35mm. The same springs can be used on the 982s and the Boxsters as well, and it'll give you a little bit of a different drop depending on which car you put it on. But on this particular car, it's around about 35 mil. It has settled, as I say, it was done a few days ago, so I think the ride height you see right now is where it's going to actually stay. It does look extremely low on the back, but I like it. I really, really love it. And the stance of this car now is exactly what I want. Mega low. So I've actually got it written on my hand here, the price of these modifications. So the total for the wheel setup, so we've got the Spyder wheels, the tyres and the painting of the wheels, that was a total of £3,885, which is pretty damn expensive, but it does look pretty damn good in my opinion in any case. Springs and suspension is a slightly less expensive modification, so we've got 240 for the springs, 270 for the fitting of the springs, so that's a total of £510. So in total, the new wheels and the suspension modification, £4,395, which, you know what, it is pretty damn expensive, I'm not gonna lie. But I've always been one of these guys that I've had a real problem in finding wheels that I really, really love and really, really fall in love with. And these wheels just instantly sit right with us. The way the car's lowered now, everything has just fell into place really, really well, really, really perfectly. So it is, you know, £4,500, but I think it's a small price to pay to have just that perfect look for your car. And actually, as I look at the rear wheels, you know how earlier I said that the 15 mil spaces on the rear were probably a bit too aggressive? Well, now that the car's been lowered, I just don't get that feeling at all. I think it sits absolutely perfectly in that arch. And if anything, the front maybe needs to be a little bit more aggressive. So I might be looking at a bigger spacer for the front. I don't know, what do you think? Now the obvious thing to do is to get some rolling shots, but before I do that, I have got a little bit of a tricky driveway, so I need to do a test, see if I can get on and off my driveway without scraping the whole underside of the car. So that's it guys, let me know what you think in the comments if you don't mind. Also let me know what you think on Instagram. If you're not following me already, just hit that follow button. If you like the video, hit that like button, and if you want to subscribe and see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, take care.